guys, so welcome back to my channel. I want to go ahead and try out a new concealer because if y'all watch all my videos, you guys already know at this point I use a Pat McGrath concealer every single time. It is my favorite concealer out there, and I haven't found any that even comes close to it. So when I saw Anastasia came out with their Magic Touch concealer, I was like, let me go ahead and pick this up and try it out because I do need to try something new. It's been a minute since I've tried a new concealer, and this one looks promising. I think it's because it has the word Magic Touch, so I just got, intrigued. But regardless, I'm really excited for this one. So yeah, let's go ahead and try it out. See if it's good on the skin, see if it lasts all day, things like that. So if you're interested, make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and let's jump right into the video. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the video. Okay, I'm so excited. Now, before I go ahead and start, I did pay about $29 for this concealer, which is a typical price point when it comes to high-end concealer, so I wasn't too surprised. So it is $29. So I showed you guys the outside packaging. It is a standard Anastasia packaging, as y'all can see. So let's go ahead and pull it out. I did get the shade 18. It's more on the neutral side because I don't like my concealer to be too warm or too deep. This was like the only neutral shade out of all of them that I saw. And this is what it looks like. So it's super cute. I actually really like the packaging and how sleek it is. And I love the fact that you can see the color on the bottom. So let's pull this out. And I have some lotion on my hand, y'all, so I can barely even open this up. So yeah. All right, so this is what it looks like, and I do want to point out that the wand is a little bit different than your standard wand. It does kind of have like a slope to the back of the wand. I'm not sure if y'all can see that, but it does have the slope. And it is a big wand, but it's not as big as the Tarte Shape Tape one. That one I feel like it's super huge. This one is tall, but it's a little bit more skinny, if that makes sense. So that's what it looks like. So before I go ahead and apply this on the face, I do want to read the claims that I see on here. So the Magic Touch Concealer by Anastasia is a lightweight, creamy formula that melts into your skin to correct, brighten, blur, and conceal while blending to a natural second skin finish. All right, that sounds really good so far. It also delivers a buildable medium to full coverage while light reflecting ingredients creates a soft focus effect. There's a lot of benefits in here, you guys, like about 20 that I see, but I'm going to read just a couple. So it's a creaseless formula that melts into your skin to give you a luminous natural finish. It helps to blur your pores, your fine lines and wrinkles with no caking or setting into the skin, or settle in, into the skin. It instantly brightens your under eyes and conceals blemishes and masks discoloration for an even complexion. So it does have a lot of stuff in here that it promises, you guys. So that makes me super excited because I don't know, I'm very picky when it comes to concealers. There's not a lot of concealers I like out there, probably only 3 that I'm obsessed with. So with this one, I have a good feeling about it, but let's go ahead and test it out. So what I'm gonna do is actually grab my sponge. As so, I already have foundation on my skin and I already went ahead and slightly bronzed my skin as well. So let me open this up and apply it on the skin. So I'm gonna start with my chin first and see what that looks like. So that's the shade right there. And we're gonna apply some on top of the lips and then in the inner corner and out here. And I feel like this shade is perfect because I was going back and forth between this one and I believe, I can't remember the other number that I was going back and forth with, but this one looks a lot like a lot of my concealers when it comes to the shade itself. It looks perfect. All right, this is what it looks like. Really good. I'm gonna grab my sponge. I'm gonna start off with the chin first and then work our way up. So taking my sponge, I'm gonna blend this first on the chin area because I want to see how this formula is. And it blends really, really easy into the skin, you guys. It doesn't have that gel-like consistency that I love when it comes to concealers, but still, it feels really good on the skin. All right, so y'all saw how easy that blended, and it gives you a lot of coverage also. Okay, really simple. Through the top of the lip. And it literally does feel like skin. It doesn't feel like I'm applying anything extra on the skin. And it is super lightweight. So I really like that so far. So I will say, because it is lightweight, it is not giving me too much coverage on the skin, because I can kind of still see my dark mark right here. Typically, my concealers cover that up. So it is lightweight. Doesn't feel like it will be cakey, but I may need to go in with a second layer when it comes to this one. So right now I'm blending out the under eye, which I feel like would be super telling when it comes to a concealer, because the under eyes do not lie, y'all. Okay, so you see that it's blending into the skin, and it's giving me a lot of coverage. And it's so hard to explain, you guys. I mean, when you're applying this or blending this out on the skin, it really doesn't feel like you're applying any product. It feels like air on the skin. It's so hard to explain that, but it doesn't feel like it's super heavy, if that makes sense. But I will say it is covering up my under eyes and my dark circles, because y'all, I have not been sleeping. I have been so busy. So yeah, it looks really good. So this is what the skin is looking like, all blended out. I'll show you guys up close what the skin looks like. And I will say it looks good, but I'm not obsessed with it so far. All right, because I already know when I apply my Pat McGrath concealer, it gives me that blurring effect right off the back. Everything looks super flawless. Right now, I feel like it's not doing my skin any justice. You know what I mean? Like, it looks good, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like, whoa, like I'm obsessed with this. So let me go ahead and apply a second layer and see if that makes a difference. So I'm just applying a little bit more concealer onto the under eyes, because I feel like my dark circles are kind of peeking through at this very moment. So let me apply a little bit more. And I'm gonna go back in with my sponge just to blend everything out. So the second layer is on, and I will come up close to show you guys what it looks like so far in terms of the skin. Okay, and I will say concealer itself is creasing a lot, you guys. I don't know if y'all can tell, but it is creasing a lot. So I know a lot of concealers say like they're creaseless, but I feel like at this point, if you have some type of wrinkles underneath your eyes, it's gonna crease no matter what. That's just what I think about that. So let me go ahead and set the under eyes, because I feel like I need to set it to really see if I really like it so far, because right now I'm not super impressed by it. I don't hate it. It's a good concealer, but it's not wowing me so far. So taking my Huda Beauty Easy Bake Powder in the shade Kunafa, I'm just gonna press this into the skin. So now that my face is set, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my face, and then I'll be back to start the wear test, because I do want to see how this lasts throughout the day. So give me a couple minutes and I'll be right back. So you guys, it's currently 12:20 right now, and this is what my face looks like, as you guys can see. The full face with everything going on, I think it looks really good. I'm still kind of iffy about the concealer, you guys. I'm not sure if it's the shade of the concealer or the undertone, but it doesn't look as flawless as my concealer typically looks like, even after setting it with some powder. Yeah, there's something about it. I don't know. But I'll definitely save my thoughts for later on once I do the review test, or like the wear test actually, because I want to make sure that I give you guys a fair shot at the concealer first before I let you guys know my full thoughts on it. All right. So with that being said, I will be back before 7 o'clock for sure to let you guys know how everything turned out. So with that being said, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Why did I say like that, y'all? I'm so awkward when I like... All right, let me stop. Bye. Okay, guys, so it's currently 4:34 right now, and this is what my face is looking like. To be honest, you guys, as I went throughout my day, I was starting to like the concealer a little bit more, because if you guys don't know, I'm super oily. All right, so typically I get super dewy in my T-zone area, but y'all can see like here, and my T-zone is super super matte. And I know the concealer claimed to be a luminous concealer, but I really don't see that, y'all, because it is matte. Like, I've never been this matte before. Now, the only thing about it being super matte is it doesn't look very skin-like to me, because typically with my concealer and my foundation, all of that, they kind of all melt together. This, I feel like my under eyes especially kind of just stands out a little bit more because it looks a lot drier than the rest of my face. That's the only thing about it. But all in all, when it comes to this concealer, I won't say it's my favorite concealer out there, just because you guys already know I really do love my Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Perfection Concealer. That is my favorite concealer out there. I even love the Tarte Shape Tape and all of that. Those are a little bit more full coverage. You don't need a lot of product. And then also they are a little bit more gel-like, if that makes sense. I realize when it comes to concealers, I love gel-like concealers because they stay put, they give you more coverage, and they just look really beautiful throughout the day. This one is super, I don't want to say it's watery, but it has more of a lightweight formula to it, which is not a bad thing. If you want a lightweight concealer, this one is for you, especially if you want a matte one as well. This is perfect for you. And then also once you go ahead and set your under eyes, it doesn't crease. But you guys know when I applied underneath my eyes and I didn't set it at first, it was creasing. So I feel like when it comes to this concealer, it all depends on your preference. For me, I already told you guys, I love me a good full coverage gel-like concealer, okay? I don't want a lot of product on my face. With this, I did have to go in twice to even get, you know, the coverage I was looking for, and things like that. So it's not a terrible concealer, but it's not my favorite. You guys know when I love makeup, like, y'all know how extra I get. With this one, I put it on, and I was like, you know, it looks good, but I'm not really wowed by it. So that's my thoughts on it. If you do try it out, let me know your thoughts down below, because I am interested, all right? Because you guys know, like, concealer is my favorite. So I'm super, super hard when it comes to, like, concealers out there. This one is a decent concealer, but it's just not my favorite, you know? It is what it is. But I do hope you guys enjoyed this review. Feel free to let me know your thoughts down below. And I love you guys so much. Make sure you like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. I can't even talk, y'all. Make sure you go ahead and like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one.